First day on the job with your new team as a first line leader. It's time for you to show why they hired you. Let's go. I'm Adrian from Adrian's Avenue, and I bring you information that's rich, relatable, and relevant that you can use in your job on a daily basis as a new leader. Let's jump right into it. Day one, you've been selected as a leader of a new team. You are the supervisor, you are the manager of your new team. There's a few things that you want to do. This is kind of like the honeymoon stage, but there will be a lot of assessments going on. The team will be assessing you as well as you assessing them. And there's a few things that you want to do. You want to listen, you want to watch, and you want to learn from the members of the team. Then you also want to document some of the things that you're seeing, some of the things that's going on. This is a very critical time. You can crush it during this time as long as you go through these steps and learn a few things as day one. But you are the leader of that new team. Now, there are 3 critical meetings that you want to have within that first month. One within the first week, and that is the meeting with your boss. Make sure you guys are on the same page. You want to make sure that there's nothing being hidden from you, nothing that you don't know. You may have one idea in mind of why they hired you, and he or she may have something else in mind why they needed you in that position. But there is a reason that they hired you, and you want to be clear on what your function is, what your job is, to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do to satisfy your boss as well as the company needs. So it is critical that you have that meeting as soon as possible with your boss. Hopefully the first day you start, if not the first or second day. Of course, there's a couple of other meetings that you want to have within that week, but make sure you're meeting with your boss, because there is a reason that you were hired, and you want to make sure you're fulfilling the need that they have in that position for that team. Now, during this meeting with your boss, make sure you take good notes, because if you're taking over someone else's team, you are hired to either turn things around. If something is not going quite right, you may be put in that position to turn things around. You may have been hired to turn things up a notch, make sure there's improvements going on, or you may be hired to realign some things and get the team back into the positions where they need to be in. But I can guarantee you this: you were not hired for just the status quo. They are expecting results out of you. So make sure you are crystal clear on what your boss wants you to do and why you were hired for that position. The next meeting you want to have, hopefully during that week, the first week, is a meeting with your team. Okay, it just makes sense. You're new to them, they're new to you. Hopefully that first day you can meet with them, introduce yourself. This meeting with your team is very light, is very informal. They're learning about you, you're learning about them. There may be some shy people in the room, but what you want to do is open up to them. You can give them your history with the company, or your history in management, so that they will know a little bit about you, and then give them something a little personal about you, something that's light, that maybe your favorite movie, or what you like to do as a hobby, or maybe some specialty like photography or something that you're interested in. Give them something to that they can know more, a little bit more about you, that they don't know. And then you can go around the room and let them introduce themselves. And while they're doing that, I always like to have a pad and pencil in the room and just take some notes about some things that they say. If they say something that's interesting to me, or, jot down the names, because knowing your name is only one person, but you have to know and learn their names too. And if you have a team of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 people, it may take you a while to learn all the names, put the faces with the names and everything. So make sure you have something to write with and something to write on, so that you can take some notes about what people are saying. But this is a light meeting. You don't get into goals or anything like that. You're just getting to know them, and they're getting to know you. And so this is a great time to just be friendly, be nice, and just have fun in this meeting. Because it's a very light meeting. It's your very first meeting, and things will get, more intense after that. But right now, just get to know the people and let them get to know you. Now, let's not forget the third meeting. There is a third meeting that you need to have, and it can be sometime that month. It doesn't have to be rushed, but it would be the meeting with your peers. These are the people on your same level around you, other supervisors, other managers that you can learn from. They've been with the group. They've been under your manager, and these are folks that could help you, could potentially mentor you. There may be all different ages, but don't discount anyone. You can learn systems from people. You can learn how they handle certain situations, especially if you are new to the job in leadership. So take advantage of those folks around you. Most of them are more than delighted to help you out as a new manager and just to help you along the way. They want to see you succeed. Believe me, they want to see you succeed. So it's a good thing just to lean on them, meet with them individually, meet with them all together, have lunch with some of them, have personal conversations with people. Just extend yourself to them. Tell them that you can help them with anything that they need. If you need for them to come and sit in on a meeting with you, or maybe do a presentation in one of your team meetings, offer that up and let them come in and do that. But they are your peers. They're not a member of your team. They're outside of the team, but they are a resource that you can rely on and depend on to make your team function better. So make sure as a first line leader that you use all of your resources, including your peers. Now, I have a few more things I want to share with you within this first 30 days of management. But before I do, I want to make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button so that you can have the latest information as it becomes available to you. Now that you have all the critical meetings that you need to have during that first 30 days, the next thing you want to do is start working on your daily schedule, your weekly schedule, and your monthly schedule. You will need to get into a flow of things which you don't even know what they are at the very beginning. So make sure you just get into a flow of what do you need to do at the beginning of the day, the next thing you need to do, when you need to go around and meet with your folks or talk to your folks, what meetings that you have during the whole week. And if you need to meet with everyone on the team that whole month, make sure you schedule time for that. So it's going to be a busy time. It's going to be almost like drinking from a fire hose, but you can do it as long as you have a calendar available. And remember, if it's not on the calendar, it's not down and it's not going to get done. So make sure you keep a daily schedule, make sure you keep a weekly schedule and a monthly schedule. This may require at times working beyond the hours that you would normally work. It'll get better. This is new to you. It's something that you need to learn. It's a flow that you need to get into. And eventually when you have it down, it will just flow. But the first month is critical for you to get some of these basics just done and over with and out of the way. Because the second month, we will be going into more things that you need to focus on and concentrate on. So 1 month builds on the next, and it'll give you that wonderful results by the end of your third month. Now, the one thing that you're going to find out very quickly is that leadership is not for everyone. Just like owning a home is not for everyone. People choose to rent instead of own a home. But leadership is a skill that can be learned, and you can get better at it with practice. Just like a muscle, you can get better at growing your muscle as long as you practice and practice and practice. And so this is something that you can get better at. So don't be discouraged during your first month or your first couple of weeks into leadership. I can guarantee you this one thing is that everyone on your team is a human being before they are an employee, before they are a producer, before they are a member of your team. And make sure you are addressing the human side of your folks on the team. It'll make things much, much easier with you. It'll make your connection much, much greater and much faster. So you are a leader. You are the manager of that new team. And so we will move on to the next 60 days. But take notes. Hopefully you took some good notes on the first 30 days, because these are critical things you make sure that you want to concentrate on during your first 30 days. See you in the next 60 days. Well, there you have it. That is your first 30 days in leadership, the honeymoon stage, the assessment stage. Get the 3 critical meetings down, get your schedule together, and you'll do just fine. Next, on to the next 60 days.